Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Sir. Thank you, sir. So, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajan Prasad, sir, Dr. Rajiv Saw, Director, India Japan Laboratory of KIE University, Japan, Professor Jitendra Kumar, Registrar, Magadh University, Bodhgaya, Brigadier B.K. Khanna, CCDC, Magadh University, Bodhgaya, RPS Chauhan, sir, Dean of Faculty of Science, Professor Deepak Kumar, sir, and all other dignitaries. I welcome you all attending this meeting for signing the Memorandum of Understanding between Magadh University, Bodhgaya and India-Japan Laboratory of KIE University. Now, at the very beginning, I would like to welcome our very dynamic and dedicated academician, Professor Dr. RPS Chauhan. He is Faculty of Science as well as Head Department of Chemistry and DSW, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. He always worked in new area of research, and his contribution as a researcher is unique in the field of organic chemistry. He guided more than 35 students and published several papers. He is a prolific thinker, great orator, passionate academician. I request Professor RPS Chauhan, sir, to deliver welcome speech.
Thank you, Sumit. आवाज जा रही है?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Professor RPS Chauhan, Dean Faculty of Science, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Respected Professor Rajan Prasad, sir, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Professor Rajiv Saw, Director, Indian Japan Laboratory, KIE University, Japan. Brigadier B.K. Khanna, sir. Professor S.N.P. Yadav, Dean, CCDC, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Dr. Jitendra Kumar, Registrar, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Dr. Deepak Kumar, Inspector of Colleges, Arts and Commerce, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Nodal Officer. Dr. Sumit Kumar, Technical Expert, Department of Chemistry, Magadh University, Bodhgaya, and other dignitaries. First, I welcome you all in the meeting of signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between Magadh University, Bodhgaya, Bihar, India, and Indian Japan Laboratory, KIE University, Japan. First of all, I will say a few words related to India Japan Laboratory of KIE University, Japan. The Indian Japan Laboratory established on 1st of December 2019 under the directorship of Professor Rajiv Saw. His vision to enhance the education, research, innovation between India and Japan, especially targeting students and young professionals in both countries. India-Japan Laboratory engages students and faculty members in interdisciplinary and multi-stakeholder for education, research, and policy advocacy program on issues relevant to India and Japan. Now I will discuss about Magadh University, Bodhgaya. The Magadh University, Bodhgaya was established in 1962 in the State University. The University Grant Commission recognized the Institute of Higher Education in Bodhgaya, Bihar, India. Its aim to facilitate and promote studies, research, and extension work in the Faculty of Science, Social Science, Humanities, Commerce, and Education. The university also extended its quality education and extension activities in a number of vocational and professional courses like journalism and mass communication, biochemistry, biotechnology, environmental science, library science, electronics, women studies, hotel, hospitality and tourist management, yoga science, IT, MBA and education, etc. on its campus at Bodhgaya. Besides facilities for UG and PG education in different subjects and numerous vocational and professional courses are available in 19 constituent colleges of Magadh University, Bodhgaya. In the present decade, relationship between India and Japan is advancing up faster note than ever before. In pursuance to expand the horizons of India-Japan relation, it is essential to maximize of the young generation of both nations. To attain this, institutional cooperation will play a significant role, which can be achieved through the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between one of the prestigious University of India, that is Magadh University, Bodhgaya, and India-Japan Laboratory of world-class renowned KIE University, Japan. We are very much optimistic that we will work together in future to undertake cutting-edge bilateral and multilateral research on different topics and to enhance higher education, collaboration and partnership and facilitate exchange of intellectual capital. By the signing of this MoU between both institutions, we can work to plan and execute joint research field studies and consultancy within India, Japan, and other countries, with joint agreement to undertake development of case studies and broad joint publication, research paper, and report. Jointly organized webinars, seminars, workshops, and conferences on emerging issues related to disaster risk reduction, artificial intelligence, and other in the field of disaster risk reduction management, exchange of faculty, student training resources, including online, offline models. This MoU surely will be helpful in adding new milestone in the success of Magadh University, Bodhgaya, and I believe that it will be fruitful for India-Japan Laboratory of world-class renowned KIE University, Japan too. Further, it is my great pleasure that Professor Rajendra Prasad sir, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, is also between us. He is a great educationist, administrator with clear vision, social reformer, and an outstanding statesman. Due to his enormous effect, our university is now among those universities in India which has the facilities of educational multimedia research center. He has done many reforms which create milestone in the history of Magadh University, Bodhgaya. Now I will not take much time as we are eager to hear his valuable thought. Thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving a nice introduction of both KIE University as well as Magadh University, Bodhgaya in your speech. Now, I would like to welcome Brigadier B.K. Khanna, sir. He is CEO, Arise India, to say a few words about their MoU, because he has been instrumental for this MoU between our universities. So please, B.K. Khanna, sir, please say a few words regarding this MoU.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think Professor Rajendra Prasad, Vice Chancellor Magadh University, Professor Rajiv Shah, and I can see, in fact, quite a few people are there from the KIE University also. Welcome. Also, the faculty from the Magadh University. I'm so happy that this MoU is fructifying today with efforts, in fact, from both the sides to have it done. I have known Professor Rajiv Shah as also Professor Rajendra Prasad ji for quite some time now, and seeing, in fact, their aptitude, seeing, of course, what is in their mind, how do they want to expand it. I thought, in fact, it would be best in case two of the institutions who are working in the same area, let them, in fact, have more cooperation, inter-cooperation, so, and then we'll be good. In fact, is Magadh University, besides, of course, the academic part, portion apart, for which is quite renowned as it is, that otherwise also see from the point of view of the Japan also, this is an area where the Buddhist culture is more. There are some of the establishments which are there nearby, etc. So it is also attraction for the Japanese people that come here, in fact, not only for interaction, this is for academic, but also they're having the religious, of course, the wishes getting fulfilled for visiting those places which are there nearby, etc. Coming to this MoU, this MoU, as of now, we have started off with the on the disaster risk reduction as such, and I must tell you that Professor Rajiv Shah is very renowned internationally. You name it, in fact, if a person doesn't know the name of Rajiv Shah as far as disaster risk reduction is concerned, that means that he doesn't know what is the disaster management as such. So, I mean, it's such a big thing. So, in the UN, as also in the UK, sorry, in Japan also. So, and other the areas, wherever I have seen him, so where the major events taking place, Rajiv Shah has been either a panelist or he is the one who is be chairing it there also. And similarly, of course, Professor Rajendra Prasad, of course, I have known for quite some time, I think more than 20 years now. In fact, right from the when he was there in the Gorakhpur University. And he is, of course, also, in fact, looking forward to something which is how a new thing can be added on that. So this is another area. Disaster risk reduction is the area where a lot can be done. And in fact, nothing could have been better than having this thing roping in the and that the KIE University IGL lab as well as the Magadh University in this country. Because having a leading personality leading it from the Japan side, and as we all know, as far as the disaster risk reduction concerned, Japan is a leading country as such, and a lot, of course. One thing I would also like to share here, that the Japan, what I have known in for the last about, I think, 4 or 5 years that I've been interacting with them, that they are very keen, in fact, as far as the development in the Asian countries are concerned. That has been their main thrust as well. So not rather than going on to the other areas, this is that area which is very appreciable, that our own Asian continent so must get developed as far as the risk is concerned. I am very hopeful with both these institutions coming together. A lot will be done, and I am, of course, heading as of now Arise India. That is of course, a UNDRR entity. We are dealing with the disaster risk reduction in the private sector as such. So whatever contribution will be required for the private sector in India, of course, will be able to contribute in this particular MoU also. I wish this MoU all the success, and I'm sure whatever has been told, okay, which is there in the paper, will be implemented on the ground and with a faster pace. All the very best. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, B.K. Khanna sir, for giving a nice speech and also telling about Magadh University as well as UA University, and giving the best wishes for the success of this MoU. Now, it is a great pleasure for us that Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Rajendra Prasad sir, is between us. He is a well-known thinker, renowned defense expert, writer, and a great administrator. He has received several awards, which is national as well as international. He got the award by Ministry of Defense, Government of India in 1990, UN Scholarship in 1996, Silberg Global Seminar Fellowship Austria in 2007, Oxford Rotable UK in 2005, India France Visiting Fellowship in 2013, as well as many other awards he has been achieved in his duration. As well as he is a very renowned academician. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Rajendra Prasad sir, to deliver his inaugural speech. Please, Professor Ryan Prasad.
Well, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I extend a very welcome to Dr. Rajiv Shah and his team at KIE University, India Japan Laboratory. I also extend a very warm welcome to all my colleagues who are here to witness this event of signing the MoU between these two great institutions. And I am really very grateful to my friend, longtime friend, Brigadier B.K. Khanna, who is very well known to me for the last 20 years or so, when I was serving at Gorakhpur University, and later on also at Allahabad State University as Vice Chancellor. Now this is another opportunity to join together the academic as well as other research and action-oriented programs on the occasion of signing of this MoU between India Japan Laboratory, KIE University, and India's premier institution, Magadh University, Bodhgaya, which is located in this south part of Bihar. You know, I'm really beholden to realize the importance of this MoU, because having discussed the opportunities and the future course of action through this MoU, I personally feel that when today we are living in the knowledge age, knowledge itself has become an industry which is flourishing through the creation of knowledge and its applicability, as well as accumulation and dissemination of knowledge. And therefore, the role of these two institutions through various collaborative efforts would go a long way to pave the way of mutual cooperation and partnership. Because as I see here, India-Japan Laboratory of KIE University engages students and faculty members in interdisciplinary and multi-stakeholder education, innovation, and policy advocacy-oriented programs on different issues related to, which are related to India and Japan, may be very, very relevant to both of these two Asian countries. India and Japan are already having a strategic partnership as well as cooperation in various fields. In terms of cultural, economic, and strategic cooperation. So, with this kind of educational cooperation, we would go a long way to promote high-end research, innovation, and action-oriented programs, which are very, very relevant and compatible to the issues which we deal in India or Japan, as the case be. So it would be the fitness of things if both parties are agreed to sign this MoU And on this occasion, I'm sure that in the foreseeable future, both the institutions would cooperate and collaborate meaningfully to serve the various objectives which have been enshrined in this MoU draft. For example, we could plan and execute joint research, field studies, and consultancy projects within India, Japan, and any other country with personal and collaborative agreement. We could also undertake case studies, publication of joint research papers and reports on different issues of international as well as mutual importance. We could jointly organize several webinars, seminars, workshops, and conferences, as well as symposia on the emerging issues related to disaster risk reduction, because both Japan and India used to face with the onslaught of several disasters, natural as well as man-made disasters. We remember how Fukushima disaster had created havoc for our Japanese friends. And of course, in India, we used to face several disasters of man-made nature as well as natural disasters. Climate change and global warming are creating new kinds of challenges. And, in the years to come, floods, hurricanes, and tsunamis are earthquakes. These are various disasters which are to be studied case-wise as well as for different sorts of activities to deal with any kind of contingency in the years to come. And I'm hopeful that reducing the risks of disasters is very important, and it requires the mainstreaming of disaster risk reduction processes, policies, and programs with the developmental programs of any country. And I'm sure that both India and Japan would be able, through this, would be able to do a lot by their collaborative efforts of jointly working in terms of disaster risk reduction. It may involve so many action-oriented programs, and so many stakeholders could be involved, including private sector, non-governmental organizations, and citizens of both the countries. When such a contingency emerges, these things should be very, very significant. We could also jointly explore the use of various emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, geospatial technologies, and others in the field of disaster risk reduction and management. So, for that purpose, we could offer our services and could also exchange our services from the. We can also exchange and very eager for the exchange of faculty, research students, training of trainers, our resources, including online and offline modules to be developed jointly or separately. But we could share it for the benefit of both parties. We could have academic collaboration for joint teaching, learning, research, and innovation, provided both the universities could offer opportunities for this kind of programs and activities. So I think the sky is the limit for this MoU to pursue courses and programs in due course of time. And I therefore very delighted. I'm very delighted and beholden to acknowledge the fact that if both sides are able to implement this MoU for the coming 5 years from the date of signing, it would create wonders in the field of action-oriented research, innovation, and other intertwined areas. With these words, I again extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Rajiv Shah and his team at India-Japan Laboratory, KIE University. And I also promote our colleagues to develop their expertise with the support of the state-of-the-art technology to collaborate meaningfully in the years to come. I mean, in the coming 5 years, if this MoU is implemented properly and our efforts are properly realized, I'm sure that at least in the field of in the entire domain and range of disaster risk reduction, we could contribute a lot. And with these words, I thank you all for witnessing this historic occasion of the MoU between India-Japan Laboratory, KIE University, and Magadh University, Bodhgaya. From our side, it will I authorized Registrar Magadh University to sign the agreement in the presence of other dignitaries who are here. And of course, the other side would be represented by Dr. Rajiv Shah, who is a very well-known personality in the field of disaster risk reduction. And his contributions are very well known to us also. So I hope several other areas, other domains of humanities, social sciences, and pure sciences, as well as basic and applied sciences in general, we could open new vistas in the unforeseen future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving a very nice speech. Now, I'd like to welcome Professor Rajiv Shah. He is a professor of Graduate School of Media and Governance in KIE University, Sonam campus. Earlier, he was the Executive Director of the Integrated Research on Disaster Risk. He is also the Senior Fellow of Institute of Global Environmental Strategies, Japan, and Chairman of SEEDS Asia, a Japanese NGO. He is also the member of Science Committee of IRDR and series editor of Springer series on disaster risk reduction. I request Dr. Rajiv Saw, sir, Director, India-Japan Laboratory of KIE University, Japan, to deliver his speech.
Namaskar, Professor Rajan Prasad, Honorable Vice Chancellor, dignitaries from Magadh University, Professor Chauhan, Professor Yadav, Professor Kumar, our dear friend Brigadier Khanna, and my colleagues from IJL KIE University. It's a great honor and pleasure for me and for my team from India-Japan Lab of KIE University to be virtually present in this very important occasion. I sincerely thank Professor Prasad and Brigadier Khanna to initiate this and look forward to our future collaboration. I understand that this is a very, very difficult time in India. Every day in the TV or in the news or in the social media, we are seeing and hearing also many heartbreaking stories of life losses due to COVID-19. Several of my friends and family members back in India, they got infected indeed. So I can understand the pain and suffering very much, and our sincere prayers with the people of India. And I hope and believe that all of your colleagues and friends are safe and in good health. And I also thank that in spite of this difficult time, you took your time, very precious time, and this particular initiative to start this particular MoU and the signing ceremony. So our deepest appreciation to that. As we heard that Magadh University is critically located in a place, Bodhgaya, which is regarded as a very special place for both India as well as Japan. And it brings actually our two countries' ties several thousand years back. And also Brigadier Khanna has pointed out that this actually is, there are lots of cultural, spiritual, social linkage over years between the two countries, which originated from this particular place. So we are indeed very honored and privileged to be part of your esteemed university, which is located in such a beautiful place. Regarding KIE University, it is one of the oldest university in Japan, which was founded in 1858. So it's around 160 plus years back. And we have 6 major campuses in and around Tokyo. We have also elementary, junior, and senior high school. And we often say, like, KIE University is quite famous for its industrial leaders. Like many of the Japan's industrial leaders, they actually were KIE's graduate. We often say that there is a saying in Japan that Kyoto University in Japan, my previous university, it produced maximum number of Nobel laureates in Japan. Tokyo University produced possibly maximum number of prime ministers or politicians, and KIE University produces maximum number of company CEOs or the industrial leaders. So in that way, actually, our university has a culture of very strong entrepreneurship, which is inculcated in the education very much. And we have in total 10 undergraduate faculties, 14 graduate school, and total number of students is 33,400, which in Japan standard is considered as a quite big university. We have a very good medical school also, which is also now doing its major role in fighting against COVID-19. There are lots of research as well as lots of other issues which is going on there. And it was very interesting to see that the last year 2020 impact ranking of Times, KIE was ranked top in Japan, especially on the SDG goal 9. And that was very interesting, which is on innovation, industry, and infrastructure. So we are very proud of that. And our campus, we call the Sonan Fujisawa campus, which is around 100 kilometers from Tokyo. It was established in 1990, almost 30 plus years back. But it started with a very important goal for multidisciplinary education and research. So be it the environment, be it development, be it disaster risk reduction, be it the larger umbrella of the human security. I think we are gradually recognizing that while the established disciplines matter, but also the multidisciplinary approaches targeting new technologies. Honorable Vice Chancellor has pointed out about the emerging technologies, how we actually use that, and how we use that more. Like I always say that the today's emerging technologies are tomorrow's essential technologies. So possibly 5 years down the line, all the new technologies like AI or IoT will be part of our daily life. So how we actually make a deep impact of that, I think that would be possibly one of our main pillars of this particular bilateral collaboration. And we are very much interested to learn more from this and from your esteemed colleagues. We established, as already mentioned, that the India-Japan Laboratory 2 years back. And as you know that Prime Minister Modi and ex-Japanese Prime Minister Abe, they have signed 5 priority areas of bilateral collaboration, and disaster risk reduction is one of them. And Japan being one of the countries which experienced many different disasters, also Brigadier Khanna mentioned this one, that our natural focus is that the DRR, disaster risk reduction, is a pillar of international collaboration. And this year is the 10th year from 2011, the East Japan earthquake and tsunami, also the Fukushima accident, nuclear accident, which we had. So after the 10 years, we have seen lots of new issues, new technologies, new innovations, not only just the emerging technology, but lots of social innovations possibly, which again, like I always say that India is the Mecca of social innovation. So we possibly need to learn from there also. From our students can learn a lot from interacting with the students from India. So we are very much looking forward to that. IJL has 3 main pillars. One on the environment, development, disasters, that's number 1. Then number 2 is the technology and the business policy. And the third one is music, yoga, and history. And actually last year we did some social innovation online hackathon with 4 universities. And also we did the social innovation challenge call with the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. And also with let me just briefly introduce our colleagues who are present here on behalf of IJL. We have with us Mr. Yukio Takeari, who is a senior fellow in IJL, and he was the head of Sony Software in India. He lived in Bangalore for 8 years. So he also written a very interesting book in Japanese to introduce the Indian technology and the importance of this India-Japan bilateral collaboration. Possibly we will hear from him very briefly. And then we have also 2 other young colleagues. We have Bivash Sukhwani, who is a research scholar from India, who is working on the water stress and urbanization. And we have also Akiko Kato, who is a research scholar as well as lecturer. She is an yoga teacher, and she is a yoga teacher in KO. And she is also certified by this Ministry of Ayush Yoga Certification Scheme. And her research work is a very new research, that role of yoga in our urban lifestyle, especially what is happening now in COVID or the climate change or different types of urbanization stress. So we are doing quite a bit of that type of interesting research, and we are very much looking forward to learn more from you. And I think that Professor Rajendra Prasad has already pointed out a few areas. I would like to add also that I saw in the website that you have many postgraduate department, and we can possibly think about a cross-departmental course on broader aspects of sustainable development. And sustainable development is something which possibly cross-cut the environment field, the social science field, the technology field, the business field. You have also tourism, disaster studies, possibly many, many different fields. So we'll be very much interested to that. And also, I strongly endorse what you have earlier pointed out on different types of collaboration on education research. So I strongly believe that MoU is just a starting point, and we are very much looking forward to work with you to learn from each other. And of course, the students' collaboration is possibly the key pillar of any two universities. So we'd like to see more, possibly the student exchange, the internship program in future. Once again, I thank you very much for this great opportunity. And I strongly hope that together we can bring this momentum forward. Thank you, and thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Rajiv Saucer, for a nice introduction about India-Japan Laboratory of KIE University, Japan, and your colleagues also. Now, I'd like to welcome Yukio Takahari. He is Senior Fellow in IJL, University of Japan, and Head of Sony Software India. He lived also in India, in the place Bangalore, for 8 years. He is a prolific thinker, great orator, and dedicated researcher.
I'm
now,
sorry.
I'd like to welcome Yukio Takahari to deliver this speech.
Because he told me that he will has to leave. I'm not sure whether he is still there. Takahari-san irashimasu ka? Because I don't see him. He
okay,
was there. But
he has left.
He had left, so you can skip that speech. Thank you.
Okay. So now I'll go to the next there's a signing of MoU. In this perspective, I'd like to share the MoU, which has already been signed by. So here is the MoU between Magadh University, Bodhgaya, and India-Japan Laboratory. And in the behalf of Magadh University, the registrar already signed this MoU, and witnesses is Professor Dean, CCDC, Magadh University, Bodhgaya. He signed this MoU, and Professor Dr. R.S. Chauhan, Dean, Faculty of Science, Magadh University, Bodhgaya, has also signed this. I have already said this. I can share it. Here I share it.
You must share the screen. Screen sharing is very essential, so that it could be shown there. That you could.
Yes.
It can be shown from both sides. These Rajiv Shah is, in fact, Professor Rajiv Shah is showing it from Magadh side also. Please show it.
Show karo bhai. Let's do it.
Yeah, one make a video is not on, I think. Show the signed one from your side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next page. Share it. Yes. It has been signed. So the document has been signed.
In fact,
How much I?
from the Rajiv side, Professor Rajiv is also showing it. He has also signed it. Let us all clap.
आज की चीज आवाज बढ़ाइए, आवाज बढ़ाइए। Yes. Yes. Welcome. सर से पूछिए। हाँ शेयर।
Yeah, can stop sharing now.
Stop sharing now.
Yes. Now, I'd like to welcome Yes. Now I'd like to welcome. Here again.
ब्रिगेडियर खन्ना कैसे हैं? दिस इज पीके चौबे, IIPA.
Oh, yes. Nice seeing you after a long time.
After a long time. I thought let me take this opportunity to just say hello to you.
So nice.
I'm also a friend of Rajendra Prasad.
Oh, very good.
We worked together at one point of time in life.
Okay. I'm so happy that we're there. So happy.
I miss your second 2 days.
Okay.
दिख रहा है यार, अरे दिख रहा है भाई, शेयर क्या करें? Our dedicated activities is Department of Geology, University Bodhgaya. Yes.
Share किया उन्होंने?
Hello.
कर दिया?
Thank you, Sumit.
Wait for.
Namaste. Good afternoon. Myself, SNP Yaduddin, Professor of Geology from CCDC of this university. I am feeling honored to have been asked to offer a vote of thanks on the great occasion of signing of MoU between Magadh University, Bodhgaya, India, and India-Japan Lab, Kyoto University, Japan. First of all, I would like to thank my Almighty who selected me to serve in such an incredible institution. Because of that, I could be a part of this great event. I would like to thank our great, beloved, honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor Rajendra Prasad, who gave me to be a part of this historic moment. I am feeling so pleased. I want to extend my generous thanks to our honorable guest and core element of this MoU, Ms. Dr. Rajiv Shah, who agreed to sign this MoU with us and with our institution. I would like to thank R.P.S. Chauhan, Dean Faculty of Science, and all participants who have been enlightened and inspired us by their highly sparkling words. Special thanks to Brigadier B.K. Khanna, because he is the sutradhar of this MoU. Brigadier B.K. Khanna, welcome and very, very much thank you, sir, for this historic moment happened in this university because of you. I know very well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And at last, but not the least, thanks to all the people who helped us, either directly or indirectly, to make the event successful, like Shumit, Sanjay, Deepak ji, Registrar Magadh University, Vibhas ji from ISL, Akihito, and all the participants of this. Thanks to all participants for attending the meeting. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vishy, sir. In such a hard time for us, with all odds, you are such a harder personality. Because of you and your zeal, we are here to signing this historic moment with two institutions because of you, sir. You are very, very and respectable, sir. You are very, very hard to do these things in such an odd time. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all. Thank you. Over to Sumit.
Thank you, sir, for a nice vote of thanks. I request Dr. Rajiv Shah, sir, to share the signed MoU. Rajiv Shah, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
आगे का क्या प्रोसेस है?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please send this signed document so that we can keep a copy here.
Yeah, it will be sent.
Electronically, it can be exchanged. And we will also send you we have already sent the signed document from our side. And once everything will be collected at one place, we will also sign a copy to you also.
Thank you.
So now I'll take permission from Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Rajendra Prasad, sir, to conclude, finish this meeting.
I congratulate Dr. Rajiv Shah and the dignitaries of Magadh University who have concluded this MoU for joint research, innovation, and other collaborative efforts in the field of academic programs. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
everybody.
Thank you, sir, and
Everybody.
congratulations to all. Congratulations to all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations from my side too. I'm Dr. Neena Khanna here.
Oh,
Thank you, sir. By
ma'am.
your
Thank you.
permission, we'll
We're hearing you.
close the meeting, sir.
Yeah.
We are closing the meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. You are all welcome to the land of Buddha. Our friends from Japan as well as from other parts who have witnessed this program, they are most welcome.